Hi everyone, and welcome to the Capricorn April 2022 mid-month love, health, and wealth reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance, or more simply put, to better find where you fit. And how does this reading help that? By allowing you to stay focused on some points that Spirit will be bringing through here to allow you to really keep yourself in mind and how authentically you are engaging that self with your external environment to better see your path and purpose and to see where you as a unique individual fits into the larger collective experience. So, Capricorns, I'm going to pull some cards for the energies of love, health, and wealth. I'll pull some additional clarifiers and we'll get into the messages here. So I hope all of you have enjoyed Aries season and all the fresh starts, that kind of like kickstart of energy as we enter the new year in the Zodiac. We are moving into Taurus season, which this is really kind of a big one this year because we do have the North Node in Taurus for some time ahead, which is really kind of collectively pulling all of us to focus on our own issues around self-worth and being able to recognize our true value, what we have to bring to the greater collective experience and how that can be of service and of value. But we do have, as we move from April into May, we do have some eclipses coming in, which really are points where we can deeply reflect on ourselves. And again, we do have that, as we move into Taurus season specifically, we have that kind of North Node pull intensified. So we are all going to be really going deep within to take a look at where we might be hindering ourselves from really leaning into understanding the value of our self-worth. Okay, so Capricorn, it says, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I actually love this card. It's a very pretty card of kind of women helping each other, and there's like a little cherub here. So there's something here, when we're thinking of the energy of love. Love doesn't have to just be romantic love. Love can be love between family members. It can be love between coworkers at work, even love for what you do at work. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get 2 or less, and that was like 5. But sometimes we forget about just how beneficial and supportive the energy of love can be and how much it's meant to be that for us. And we can kind of sit suffering in silence when all we need to do is reach out through the energy of love to those around us who want to share in that connective experience that is connecting us with others through love. And we may feel like we're kind of on our own in some aspect of our life. And it can just be as simple as not only asking for help, but allowing yourself to accept that help. That if somebody comes in and says, let me pick up this burden for you, to allow that burden to be picked up by somebody else. And Capricorn, you are a sign. Your motto in the Zodiac is I use. So you are, a cardinal earth sign. You really have the ability to make use of what you have in your environment to achieve any goal that you set your mind on. But that can also get to the point where you kind of almost rely too much on yourself to make everything happen in your experience. And sometimes it's just about asking for support that you can use, not just the physical things that you can use also the support from others in your life. And that can also get us kind of further faster when you think about it. If you're trying to build something or you're trying to make something happen, that it's a lot easier to do it with others. So that's really the message coming through for you here, Capricorn. It's easier to do it with the support of others. Now it says, appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. with master number 33 coming in here. So there's really this element of kind of being, you know, number 33 is the master healer. It's beautiful, beautiful energy coming through. So, you know, I think maybe you might be going through a little bit of a tough time. You might be feeling maybe that, again, the weight of everything is on you. And this is saying, no, appreciate this moment, because this is an opportunity to grow and find love and to discover the love that's all around you, among the support system that you have for yourself. And there, with the master number 33 coming through, there is this element of really healing, I think, a deep-seated wound around maybe feeling like you don't have the support, or that you have to carry the burdens of others and that you have to do it all yourself. So let's go ahead here. I'm going to pull some additional clarifiers, Capricorn, to see what else is coming through. If the Ten of Wands comes up, I will laugh. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Fool. Oh, interesting. All right. Let's even just pull one more card here. Whoa, that's a lot. I'm going to just take the one that came out here because this is a little too many. Okay, so we have the Fool, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So the Fool is fresh energy. This is literally the 0 point when you think about it in that way. This is kind of where everything and nothing exists all at once. This is the start of our journey as the Fool in the tarot. So this is kind of like a reset point for you, Capricorn. There's something has come to an end, and it's time to go back out and start the next cycle. But if you notice, so when I was talking about the Ten of Wands, why I was saying if that came up, I wouldn't be surprised, because the Ten of Wands is a card of carrying too many burdens. Instead of carrying our own wand, we are carrying all of these other wands, all of these other ideas, inspirations, places where we have to take action. And instead, if you notice, the Fool just has his one. You know, yes, this is a staff technically carrying his, you know, little sack of belongings, but it can also signify our wand, that we go out with just the inspiration of our own eternal flame, of who we are as a unique individual, and we're ready to go back out. We've lightened our load, and we've come to peace with just, we are enough. You are enough. And with the Queen of Pentacles, this actually is the energy of, actually, is this your energy? Yeah, this is your energy, Capricorn. This is your card in the tarot. So this is understanding where to put your time and energy, and what one thing is there to nurture for you. So this is a beautiful card of really kind of having that ability to see, first of all, stepping into your energy of having that ability to really, again, when you focus on something and you have a goal, you can make it happen. You know what this pentacle needs to grow and thrive, and you know how to utilize what's in your environment to make that happen. But with the King of Swords coming in, there's something around truth coming through. This is a card that harnesses the energy of Aquarius. But it's also the energy of fairness, and it's somebody who really has the ability to speak the truth, to see the truth, and to boldly state it in a way that is, you know, can maybe come across as a little cold, but also from a place of really of understanding. You know, the King of Swords is an energy of somebody who you would go to for a fair perspective, somebody who you would trust, who really has a sharp mind and can quickly analyze all solutions and options, and really be able to, without getting too emotionally bogged down, to be able to say, like, well, this is the best way forward. So there's something here around really, you know, we're thinking about starting a new cycle and healing some aspect in yourself around the energy of love, and maybe not feeling supported or feeling like you have to do everything yourself, and maybe not being recognized for that this is kind of a reset point of allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself to actually see who's there around you to help, and to lean into this fresh start. So to let down some of the burden, to realize you can get to just go out as yourself, you as this kind of lightness of being, And I think there's something that you really want to put your time and energy towards, to nurture. And it's time now for you to really understand what that is. And if you need to get advice, so this can actually, I really do strongly feel this is almost like a card of advice, of going to somebody who can kind of, again, have almost like a dispassionate, or somebody who doesn't really have a stake in either side of things, and to get a perspective. So this could actually be where some of you, maybe as you're healing some kind of deep wound within yourself, this could be like going to see a therapist. This could be like going to a trusted friend or family member and just saying, this is, I want to go out and do this. I want to, put my time and energy towards really doing something here, whatever this pentacle is, but I need to see, maybe get a different perspective on what I'm doing, or do you have any advice on how to do that? This could also be too, where this could be just where you're standing firm in your truth and saying, the truth is, as I am putting down the burdens and I'm stepping out as myself, and I want to take on something new, that I see what I want to nurture, where I want to put my time and energy, and this is my truth. I've analyzed all sides, and this is what I'd like to do. Now, who can help me do that? So really, really interesting energy here. This very new energy coming through for you, Capricorn. I get a feeling that a lot of you are kind of contemplating doing something new, starting something new, or that this is a new major cycle. But lean on others, and realize that, yeah, it may seem really difficult in this moment, but it's all for the betterment of you. This is a growth point, just like what this is saying, is that this is an opportunity to grow and find love. There's something here around whatever you want to kind of focus on, whatever this fresh start is coming through. It's around love. It's going to allow you to, I think, deepen and a love around something, whether this is, you starting a new career and it's going to deepen your love for what you do. Ooh, you got so many cards. I didn't realize so many came out there. Or whether this is, around somebody you love, knowing, a relationship you want to nurture, or, again, this is a really healing month, healing time for you, Capricorn. So we have, for health, which is, we're looking at your spiritual health. How well are you connecting to yourself? How healthy is your view of yourself, and how healthy is your view of yourself in relation to your external environment? We have attachment number 5, which is a number of change. We have cornucopia, which is a beautiful card with the master number 11, which is, for me, always kind of working with that energy of the doorway between here and spirit, and really being able to co-create with spirit, to elevate what is, to walk through that doorway of spirit to what can be, when we lean into faith and really, walk forward with spirit in mind. And then we have the sun, which is number 1, truly that fresh start and getting back to the I, getting that kind of mimicking or mirroring the Fool over here. And then the sun is also, illumination. It's beautiful. And then we have the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, number 41, also breaking down to a number 5. And this is all about the crown chakra, about, the direct connection between you and the divine being able to communicate to you. She holds the book of universal knowledge, and there is something to be said around really kind of leaning into that there is, I think you guys might be really kind of getting like intuitive hits right now. But with attachment coming through, this can be where you've been, kind of wearing a false mask for a while. That maybe this is something where you've, kind of been hiding behind a part of yourself. Maybe you've always been the provider. You've always been the person who's worked here, or you've always been the mother, or you've always been, fill in the blank. And you've been attached to a persona that goes along with that. And with attachment, in the number 5 coming through, this is saying you're at a point where things can change, but you have to release your attachment to whatever this view of yourself had been. Because once you do that, there's a lot of beauty that can come in for you. If you notice, it's black and white here, but then out comes the sun, literally. I mean, this is some really powerful energy right here. This is abundance. This is self-illumination, self-empowerment, getting back to the beauty of yourself, of just, again, you being enough. Her cup overfloweth with opportunity, and then direct divine guidance. So I think for you guys, I'm going to pull some clarifiers, but I almost don't feel like it's needed here. There really is, for your spiritual block, it's just this attachment coming through as to what you feel you need, a part of yourself that I think you're having a hard time letting go of. Now we have 7 of Swords and Page of Wands, which is exactly what we're talking about here. So 7 of Swords is kind of the energy of trying to get away with something, or not wanting to do something that you need to do. It's also a point with the 7 coming through that this is a point for you on a mental level to sit and connect with spirit, to reevaluate perhaps something that you have been trying to rationalize in your mind space. And this can be where you're kind of asking yourself that question, is this, should I do this? I'm trying to get the exact phrasing, but it is kind of like that, is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to do this? And with the Page of Wands coming through, this is that beautiful energy of that kind of fresh engagement with your passion. This is going out and working with it from a place of like, this is fun. This is my magic wand. This is my passion. This is who I am. In fact, actually, these are very similar energies in a way where, again, he's going out with full trust and faith that everything that he has in his connection to spirit is enough even so that he can blindly walk off the edge of a cliff and know that his needs will be met, because he has that much faith and optimism. And that's what the Page of Wands brings, this beautiful element of playing with your passions, taking action from that place, and doing so from a true place of childlike innocence, where you're kind of removing all of the, well, in the past this is what happened, or the negative thought process. You're just going out and being like, but I love this. This is me. I'm going to just go out and play with my magic wand. But there's something around, again, your mind is coming in to try to convince you that no, I have to stay. I have to keep doing this. I have to stay true to this image I've put out there to the world, or to this image I feel is tied to my self-worth. When in reality, you are surrounded already by abundance, and it's just about going out there and making use of it. And there's something around, I think, you wanting to kind of almost like look the other way from going out and having fun and taking action from a place of passion. It's almost like you're trying to convince yourself, like, no, I can't do that. I can't do what feels good. I can't do what feels fun. I just can't. And I'm going to try to run away from doing that. And I don't, again, this can come through in a variety of ways. This can be where, maybe you're getting to that point where you are, in a relationship where you've maybe always held, again, a specific role. And now you're kind of getting to that place, well, but maybe you see something that you want to do. Maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's reconnecting with doing something that you once did, but you have always held a specific role. So this could be like, you've always been the provider, you've always been the one that goes to work 9 to 5, yada and so forth, and suddenly you're like, man, but I really want to do this. I have an idea for a business, or I really want to go out and pursue this hobby. But you're denying yourself that. You're like, no, but I can't, because I have to be the provider. I'm the one who creates stability. And that's blocking you from realizing that you can't even enjoy what you've created for yourself. You can't enjoy the abundance And the level of I think with the sun coming through, the ability for you to really understand your own ability to create and to really see yourself for the powerhouse that you are. You're not even able to see that. So there is this element of kind of like running from enjoying your own life. That maybe, again, and it stems around whatever mask you've put on, whatever identity you've associated yourself with, or whatever you feel is so tied directly to your self-worth. But it's blocking you from being able to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. This could also be where you're maybe on the other side of the coin. Maybe you've always been the person at home who took care of the family, and now all of a sudden you're like, I really want to go back to, I want to go back to work. Or there's some aspect of the family that you want to partake in, but you're like, but no, I got to take care of the home. And maybe you have kids who live in other areas and you're like, no, I got to stay here. I have to take care of this. And it's like, but the family that you worked so hard to raise would love to have you come and visit, would love to have you stay with them. And yet you're not able to participate in their wealth and in the wealth of the family, the growing family that they now have. Maybe they have children of their own and families of their own, and you can go out there and enjoy that. But instead you're like, no, I have to just stay and keep the house here ready. And it's like, no, go out and enjoy it. Go out and enjoy what you've worked so hard for. So Capricorn, this is a beautiful month for you to really just put down whatever you feel you really had to, whatever mask you had to put on for a long period of time. And again, this could even be the mask of your career life, that maybe you've always been seen as in a specific way. Maybe you are always the one who was the creative person, or maybe you were the one who was, the spiritual, the more spiritual person, or whatever it is. And now there's something around that it's blocking you from actually, again, reaping and enjoying the abundance you created for yourself. Some of you just may need to just walk away from something completely, which is okay. Because again, it's showing me that it will open you up to realizing just how much you have. And I love this coming through again. So in your wealth sector, we have community, number 8. Number 8 is a number of personal empowerment, personal empowered leadership. It's also about physical abundance. But I like that the community aspect comes in here and really mirrors the ask for and accept support from others. There's this element of almost, again, really kind of opening yourself up to, it's not all on you, Capricorn. There are others around you who want to share in the love and all the work that you do, all the love that you bring. Let others in for the end of this month. Really focus on that and really pull that through into May, because that's really going to help you, I think, see the value of who you are and what you bring to every situation outside of what you think you've had to be and maintain to receive love and affection. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull some cards here just to get an additional... Oh, here comes the King of Swords again with the community. Interesting. Oh, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so this is really kind of cutting to the hard truth, Capricorn, around your ultimate heart's fulfillment. The Ten of Cups is the happy family card. It is us being able to emotionally feel on it, well, actually experience on an emotional level what heaven on earth would feel like for ourselves. And I think that you have the capacity to experience that for you, that whatever you've done, whatever you've created for yourself, you have the ability to enjoy that and actually share it with others. But there's a truth coming in around this, a truth, I think, in your wealth sector, when you're thinking about bringing in wealth, there's something around you having to kind of hear that hard truth of, look at how much you have. Look at how much you have and enjoy it. Let it in. I think some of you are wealthy beyond your own ability to understand and see it. And there is a need for you to kind of hear that truth of, look at how much you have. Now just go out and enjoy it. Just go out and let the wealth let yourself experience the wealth that's there and waiting for you. Whether this is a wealth, again, of family and friends around you, whether this is legitimate wealth, maybe you have been working. This is almost like I get this feeling of somebody who's put their head down and worked really hard their whole life, and they just keep working. And it's like they don't want to retire, or they don't want to stop working because that's who they've always been. They've been the provider, but yet you have all of this around you and you're not enjoying it. So there's a truth coming in of really, I think, realizing how much wealth you've created for yourself. But now it's time to be a new, lighter version of yourself, to really enjoy the 10 of Cups that's directly around you, that's already created. There is a little piece of heaven on earth in your grasp right now to experience. And it's just going to take you opening your eyes up, I think opening your perspective, kind of pulling back a little bit to see the wealth of what you've created for yourself, and allowing a version of yourself and a responsibility that's been tied, all the burdens that's been tied to an old version of yourself, to fall away, to start again fresh, to know where to put your energy, and to hear the truth of really, I think, what you have for yourself, the wealth that you have around you right now. All right, Capricorn, I hope that this has been a illuminating reading. If you would like to book your own reading, you can click on the link in the description box below. I am running a special for the month of April. My 1 hour I Am Illuminated reading is 25% off through the end of April, if you'd like to take advantage of that. Also, coming into May, the illuminated readings, or the illumination readings, for each sign will also include an extended reading for an additional cost. I am trying that out, so if you're interested, please join me in May for your illumination reading. Otherwise, have a wonderfully loving and fresh, unburdened rest of April, and I look forward to seeing you all again in May. Bye, Capricorn.